Walking is often recommended as one of the easiest ways to improve health. Many people start walking more when they want to get into better shape, expecting that more steps will eventually lead to noticeable physical changes. However, despite walking regularly, some people find that their body does not change very much. Their weight stays similar, strength does not increase, and overall fitness remains about the same. This can feel confusing because walking clearly involves movement and effort. The issue is not that walking is unhealthy. The issue is that walking alone often does not create enough physical stimulus to significantly change the body. Why walking feels like enough? Low stimulus equals low change. Walking feels productive because it involves steady movement and fits easily into daily routines. It is also comfortable enough that most people can do it consistently without excessive fatigue. This combination makes walking a sustainable activity, which is one reason it is so widely recommended for general health. However, the body adapts quickly to activities that remain at a steady and moderate intensity. Once the body becomes accustomed to a certain level of effort, the same activity stops challenging it in a meaningful way. Walking still supports circulation, joint mobility, and basic energy expenditure, but it usually remains within a range that the body can handle efficiently. When effort stays comfortable, the physical signal for change remains limited. As a result, walking becomes excellent for maintaining health, but less effective for producing noticeable improvements in strength, endurance, or body composition. Why progress stops? The body adapts. The human body is designed to become efficient at repeated activity. When the same movement is performed regularly at the same pace or intensity, the body learns to perform it with less effort over time. This adaptation makes the activity easier, but it also reduces the stimulus that drives improvement. Once walking becomes routine for the body, it transitions from being a challenge to simply being maintenance. At that point, the activity continues to support general health, but no longer pushes the body to build muscle, improve cardiovascular capacity, or significantly alter body composition. For meaningful change to occur, the body needs a stronger signal that requires it to adapt. This does not mean walking is useless. It simply means that walking works best as part of a broader routine that introduces the type of challenge the body needs to improve. What creates real physical change? Stimulus creates change. For the body to change, it must receive a stimulus strong enough to require adaptation. Adaptation is the process through which muscles become stronger, cardiovascular capacity improves, and metabolism adjusts. When the body is repeatedly exposed to the same level of effort, it eventually becomes efficient at performing that activity. Once this happens, the activity maintains current fitness, but does not push the body to improve further. Meaningful change typically occurs when three types of stimulus are present. The first is resistance, which challenges muscles and encourages strength development. The second is cardiovascular intensity, which raises heart rate enough to improve endurance and overall conditioning. The third is recovery, which allows the body to repair and adapt after physical effort. When these elements work together consistently, the body receives a clear signal to improve. Walking contributes to movement and basic activity levels, but it often remains below the intensity required to stimulate significant adaptation. Without additional challenge, the body treats walking as maintenance rather than transformation. Step 1. Keep walking. Despite its limitations for transformation, walking should not be eliminated. Walking remains one of the most beneficial forms of daily movement for overall health. It supports circulation, improves joint mobility, and helps regulate stress. It also increases general activity levels without placing excessive strain on the body. Instead of viewing walking as the main driver of fitness progress, it is more effective to treat it as a foundation. Walking keeps the body active throughout the day and supports recovery between more demanding forms of exercise. In this role, it complements other training rather than replacing it. Step 2. Add strength training. Build strength. Strength training introduces the type of stimulus that walking alone cannot provide. When muscles are challenged through resistance exercises, the body responds by building strength and increasing muscle capacity. This process not only improves physical performance, but also supports metabolic health. Even a few sessions of resistance training each week can significantly influence body composition over time. Muscle tissue requires energy to maintain, which means building strength can support long-term energy balance and physical resilience. When strength training is combined with regular movement such as walking, the body receives both activity and challenge, which together create a more effective environment for improvement. Once strength is introduced, the next step is increasing cardiovascular challenge so that the body develops both endurance and resilience. Step 3. Add short bursts of intensity. Add intensity. While strength training provides muscular stimulus, cardiovascular intensity helps improve endurance and metabolic conditioning. Many people rely only on steady, moderate activity, such as walking, which keeps the heart rate relatively low. Although this type of movement supports general health, it often does not challenge the cardiovascular system enough to produce meaningful improvement. Introducing short bursts of higher intensity changes that dynamic. Activities such as interval cycling, hill walking, or brief periods of faster-paced movement raise the heart rate and force the body to adapt. These sessions do not need to be long. Even short intervals can stimulate cardiovascular improvements when performed consistently. Over time, the heart becomes more efficient, energy levels increase, and overall fitness improves. Step 4. Increase the challenge. Over time, progressive overload. For progress to continue, the level of challenge must gradually increase. This concept, often called progressive overload, means that the body is exposed to slightly greater demand over time. Without this increase, the body eventually adapts to the activity and improvement slows. Progression can occur in many forms. Resistance training can involve slightly heavier weights or additional repetitions. Cardiovascular training can include longer intervals or slightly higher intensity. Even walking itself can become more demanding through increased pace, uphill terrain, or longer duration. The key idea is gradual progression rather than sudden difficulty. When the body is challenged progressively, adaptation continues and improvements accumulate. Step 5. Consistency matters more than perfection. Fitness improvements rarely come from occasional intense effort. They result from consistent routines that are repeated over time. A balanced approach that combines walking, strength training, and cardiovascular intensity creates a sustainable pattern that the body can adapt to steadily. Consistency also reduces the pressure to perform perfectly every day. Small, regular actions compound over weeks and months, gradually producing noticeable change. When effort becomes part of routine, rather than an occasional burst of motivation, progress becomes more reliable. Walking is valuable for health, but it works best as a foundation rather than the entire strategy. Continue walking regularly to support daily movement and recovery. Add strength training to challenge muscles and improve body composition. Include short bursts of cardiovascular intensity to strengthen endurance. Increase the challenge gradually so the body continues adapting. Most importantly, maintain consistency so these actions compound over time. Comfortable movement maintains the body, but meaningful improvement occurs when the body is challenged in new ways. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below. If you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for the